Heartbreaker, you got the best of me.
But I just
Keep on coming back excessively. Oh, why did you have to run your game on me? I should have known right from the start you were going to break my heart.
What yoy?
Album release is going to be on the 49th of April.
The 49th of
2032.
2032. Hi guys, and welcome back to our channel. There's not a day that we're not singing like this. This isn't for the show. Literally,
every one of our calls is always starts with a song.
But welcome back, guys. This is the Too Much to Say podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Anisa.
And I'm Manal.
And welcome. Today, actually, Manal. So here's the thing. Whenever we're planning our episodes, because again, the channel is growing with us. Whenever we're planning the episodes, me and Manal have our conversations, right? But there are times, guys, where we really are going to have an episode about what's actually happening and things we're feeling because it's heavy and it's conversations we're having. So, we thought we'd bring that to the light today a little bit.
It's not exactly, I think, the most... today's subject. I mean, a lot of them, different people can feel differently about them, but I think this one today is kind of like putting a little salt on the wound.
It's a little something.
And we're not going to tell you. We're just going to let you figure out what the subject today is.
Yeah.
Because
literally,
a lot are going to relate to this one.
By the way, you just said the word today. Say it again.
Today.
You sound so Canadian. I told you, every time you say today, you sound Canadian.
Yeah. I only have one of my friends that says Canadian. A?
A? Or no. Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
No, say it Canadian.
Are you kidding me?
There you go. Every time when I was like,
are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
You can't be serious.
And I'm like, mad. Because it's so funny to me because we say are you mad? Like, that's what we say.
Yes.
Are you mad? And you're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, she's Canadian.
Yo, the other word that I love and I heard somebody say and I was like, oh my God.
What?
Koalas.
That's it.
Why do more people not use this word?
No, because we grew up Toronto slang and London slang. It has a lot of Somali in it, or a lot of patois in it as well. So growing up, we used to be like kawal, like kawalis.
Yeah, kawalis.
So now the non-Somalis say that.
Say kawalis, especially
and
and it's like and I just love it when I heard it, and I looked at my friend that said it, and I was like,
how do you know?
Kawalis. Don't kawal me.
Kawal is, how do you explain that in English? What's kawal?
Look, wal is crazy. Kawal is like when you kind of not force, but you entice, you encourage. I don't know, but it's encouraged, but you're just like, come on, you could do it. When we're doing the TikTok dances, how you kawal me. It's like, you can do it. It's fine. We got this. And there I am jumping off a chair.
Spider-Man. I got my Spider-Man now.
No. Apparently it was I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Moving forward, you're jumping.
Check out our pages, guys. So Manal, I've been obsessed with Reddit lately, yeah?
I see that.
I haven't really been a fan of these type of pages, but since our podcast, I've been
just
heavy.
for us to do some research.
And Reddit, babe, Reddit is wallahi, it's a whole. When I'm on Reddit, I'm like, say swear.
Same. I'm always like the topics and the things that are being discussed.
I'm like, say swear down, this is actually happening. So
swear down.
I went on Reddit and then I typed a question and I was like, what's the worst way someone has broken up with you? And the responses
were wild.
I'm gonna read some. Okay. I sent it to you as well, so you've got some as well. Look, number one, what's the worst?
As you can tell, sorry to cut you off, but as you can tell, Anissa's the good student.
Why am I the good student?
Because you know how you do the research and you said
it's the teacher. It's the education.
It is. I love it.
No, but we have conversations.
That.
It's just this is our thing together.
No, go for it.
So then, so what's the worst way someone has broken up with you? Yeah. Someone said, he literally ran away. We got back from a gig and I went to put some ice cream in the freezer, only to hear footsteps and the door slamming. He ran out and he was legging it down the road. To be legging it down, do you know what that means? That's such a UK term, legging it. It means
running.
You picked up everything and you're legging it.
How
it means you're not even walking or you're speeding.
How old are you?
Huh? Wow. Say less. If you caught that, you caught that. If you didn't, I can't repeat it.
Sorry.
What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? Over text, but She texted my best friend and told him to tell me she's done with me. She was terrible before she did that, though. Listen, if
anybody
messages you to tell me, we write at dawn. There's no way someone's messaging you to tell me something.
Absolutely.
And you're going to let it come.
Are you joking?
There it is. There's no way.
There is no way.
Oh, Anisa, can you tell me that? What?
Can you tell
What's
me
your
that?
location?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? There's no way.
Absolutely no
Okay.
way.
What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? They changed their Facebook status to in a relationship with someone else. Yeah.
Silence sometimes speaks louder than words. Let's take a moment.
Another one. What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? I got a text that read, "Hey, I just found out my cousin's boyfriend was molesting her daughter. I can't trust anyone around my son. Sorry, but it's over. Wouldn't return my calls or text after that." Look, this one, I hear it. Let me tell you why I hear it. Like, I'm not a parent, but that mom bear mode is strong. But also, she must have been, your son Khalid is out the window and he's going and he's got his little helmet and scooter on. He's just the cutest little.
Is his
Do
friend
you know how
with
much
him?
I love him? Yeah, somebody's with him, but like, he's just the cutest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna adopt her son. Sorry.
Sorry, guys, but this is.
Can you tell? Like, I'm obsessed with her kids. But yeah, no, sorry. To go back to that it is. I can hear it.
I think I can kind of relate to that.
But that mommy mode,
the mom mode is very difficult, and I think the older I get, the more I'm like pay attention, because really at the end of the day, it's one of the challenges as a single mom is having to welcome someone into your home, especially when you have younger kids. I mean, my kids will tell if you look at them sideways, let alone if you try something. So I always bank on that.
Your daughter is...
Yeah, but it is difficult. It's difficult. So I could definitely relate to that one. Sure, yeah.
Okay, I got one more. What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? Texted me, "I never loved you, I don't love you, and I never will, and you're not worth 10 seconds of my time."
Is that a response or just a random message out of the blue?
Yeah, what's the context? I need to know the one. But that's not nice either.
No, but what if like one of them cussed the other one out, and then the next one was like, you know what, actually, to hell with you. I don't love you. I'd never loved you. Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like it's never nice. I'm completely against people speaking like that to each other, period. But I just think that there must have been some kind
type
of
of context.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
All right. What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? She hit me with a car.
Okay.
Oh boy. When I told him I was pregnant with a planned baby. I don't understand that.
So you went, no, wait, we got what? They planned
So you start,
to have a
she's
baby?
pregnant. Yeah.
How?
She's pregnant. They were dating.
Yeah, I'm just processing
But the baby,
nonsense.
I'm assuming, isn't.
No, it's his. They planned it together.
With a planned
And
baby.
the
When I
minute
told him I was pregnant with a planned baby.
The minute he got pregnant, basically.
Oh, the way I read it was like she got like maybe artificial insemination and they're dating.
It's
and
like,
she
babe,
was
I love you so much. I love you so much. We're going to have a baby. Okay, babe, let's have a baby together. And then I'm pregnant. And you get cold feet.
Brr.
And then you want to break up with me.
Brr.
No.
What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? She retweeted that she was excited to go into the new year single. That was an awkward phone call. La 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 la
Listen.
la 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 la. La 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 la.
Yo, that's cool. That's cold.
Some of these are wild. The fact that people out there are dealing with things like this is crazy. I'm like, have I been
mad?
I'm missing out on something. Okay, what's the worst way someone has broken up with you? On my birthday at the party in front of everybody cannot.
No, I don't like that.
That's painful. That's really painful. What's the worst way someone has broken up with you? Smacking the crap out of me, then getting me arrested.
I would have fought back at least. Fight back, man. Are you kidding me? Smacking the crap at me and the guy get arrested. If I'm going to jail, we'll go to jail together. We'll see you there.
Some of these I have nothing to say to because they're like...
Man, that's wild. Man, what's the worst way someone has ever broken up with you? Do you know?
Someone has ever broken up with you. I don't want to say it, but I just feel like everyone has already heard it. Walking out on me and the kids and like completely 7 months of no contact with me or the kids. That was my ex.
Yeah, I think both of
That's
us.
the worst.
Our
Pack up and
stories are
leave
the worst.
is crazy. Yeah, that's the worst breakup. I think all my other breakups have been mutual.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Yeah, same. My worst one was my ex-husband leaving. No, but mine was ridiculous. He just left. He left.
Is there something in the water at that time?
Because it was the same year, innit? Mine left, blocked and deleted. No, this is what he did. Yeah, he's low. I could talk about it now because we've gone past it. But like, he literally was like, I'm divorcing you. It's not you, it's me. Leaves, blocks and deletes my number. Or blocked my number. I don't know if he deleted, but blocked my number. And I had no contact with him until a year and a half later when I had to do something for like paperwork, whatever.
Wow.
No contact whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a very deep issue. I hope that we end up talking about it. Maybe let us know if you guys think that abandonment maybe is because I think abandonment is maybe a term that's only used for children, but I think heartbreak and abandonment go hand in hand. But it sounds like abandonment. We were definitely the marriage was abandoned.
Well, actually, that goes right into the question of the week, girl. Because Manal, when did you experience heartbreak and how did you overcome it? And again, heartbreaker, you got that.
Look, I'll be honest. Like there's relationship and there's friendships that have gone through heartbreak. And I think I don't think heartbreak is only for relationships, but just to keep it short and concise. In a relationship, I think it was leaving a relationship that I found myself in where I had to walk away from because I felt like there were things that I had to impose on them. And it wasn't, I'm trying to be as like online safe as possible, but like, you know, like there were things that I wanted to impose on them, or like not even for lack of a better word, but there were things that I expected. And I think subconsciously I knew already that person wasn't ready for that kind of change. And so I just had to walk away from it, and that was religion.
Can I ask you a question? Your relationship at the time was geared towards getting married, but there was a core thing that you felt like was missing. And because you didn't get that, you thought, I'd rather be heartbroken now than be heartbroken later. Is that what it was?
So you mean for the marriage, or you mean in the relationship
that you had to walk away from?
Yeah. So the relationship that was in, I think, was really just a friendship, but I think it was a friendship that was meant to grow into something bigger. We've talked about it, and still like the times, because I think it also allowed me, and this is what we talked about in the last episode: do things you love and let someone be walking next to you in your time of healing. But I think it was me finding out sides and parts of myself that I never thought I would come to terms with, like, you know, like whether it was walking in parks or reading or, you know, watching old movies or singing or like writing poems and like sharing them over the phone. And like, it was really just a deep friendship. It was the kind that you didn't have to announce to be like, I'm in a relationship. It wasn't. It was so pure. It was what it was. And I still go back to those happy moments in my head because I'm like, that's what I'm looking for. So, but sorry, don't mean to take over more time, but that last heartbreak, I think, is a friendship heartbreak because there's a lot of moving parts to the friendship. And for me, for my friendships, I welcome my friends are my heart, my home, you know, my safe place. I didn't come from a place where like I had all of that, right? And so it's very, very difficult for me to cut off a friend. It sounds like I may have done it regularly, but I haven't done it regularly because some had to be done. Because it might be that I'm toxic to you, right? So that's that. But the other one is that it was a very close friend of mine that was like a sibling to me. And of all the people I expected, I didn't think that that friend would be the one that would trigger me to feel things I haven't felt in a long time. And it's difficult for other people to understand and to take your side, and because people don't understand it. And I just want to say, if you are those friends that don't have an understanding of what your friend's going through, you have to acknowledge their feelings, because me feeling a type of, maybe to someone else that friendship is, oh, it's fine, I'll fix itself. But it's not, it's a heartbreak. Because it's someone you loved
Deep.
And I don't want to cry on camera, but like it's a very fresh wound. But sometimes we have to, and I just want to say, heartbreak is okay. Moral of the story for me, just to keep it short, is I think heartbreak is okay. And heartbreak is part of growing, and heartbreak is part of setting your boundaries, and heartbreak is part of you not allowing certain things into your life anymore, not because you're protecting your energy, no, because you're healing. And you can't carry the burden of someone else's like insecurities. So we have to understand that we're not complete, we're not healed. So that's that.
Baby girl.
I'm just gonna leave it there.
No, but you know I love you.
I love you too.
And I hear you. And everything you said is valid. You can't step away from this without saying that. And literally, as you're feeling the feels and as you're going through the heartbreak, which is still a bit raw, it's okay that sometimes we don't even have the words, but it's there and it's valid.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's taken me a lot of growth to be like, this is not something that I want. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
And for some people, it's hard because they were like, I think some people will be like, oh, you cut off people too often.
Yeah.
No, you don't know where I've been.
No.
You don't know the things that I've had to fight. You don't know the thoughts I've had to fight. You don't know, in fact, how I wake up every single day fighting those thoughts in my head. So yeah, if it doesn't work for me, I'm cutting you off. And I am ruthless, and I will be ruthless. And I don't want to be okay with what I'm not okay with.
That's facts. That's facts.
Even if it means that I will be heartbroken temporarily, that's fine. And I will cry about it, and that's fine. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that I'm like in a position of power, but it's just, it means that I can't do it. You are triggering past trauma, past pain. Yeah, I'm healing. I'm not 100%. We have this podcast to heal. This is part of the journey.
Yo, and you guys are going to heal with us because, listen, many times we keep it real, but many times we like process emotions. And even as we're talking about the emotions, it comes back up. To heal is a journey. It's not a station stop. You haven't healed and you're done. It's a continuous thing. And so I hear you, sis. I really do. And even like because it's still raw, you're still overcoming. Every day is a process. Yeah.
And I'm tired. You know what I'm tired of? I'm tired of always having questions. Like just asking myself, like, how did it happen like this so quickly? But you are this person to me. You are part of my family. How did it happen so quickly that you can so quickly dismiss me? And it's not an ego thing. It's not a pride thing. If you know me, you'll know I have zero ego, zero pride. I am zero competition. I don't compete for nothing. I have none of that.
Yeah.
So for me, it's wholehearted, and it's like, I want you. I love you. You are my family. I will, and you know, it takes me a lot to be able to say I can lean on you, or I can cry to you. If I haven't cried to you in a while.
We cry all the time, though. We really do be crying all the time. I can't even lie.
And you have to be, and you know what? In your friendships,
you have to be open.
Allow your friends to cry, even if you don't know.
Even if you don't understand.
Even if you don't understand it, allow them to cry.
Allow them to cry, allow them to let it out, and just be like, I'm there. That's the very least.
Yeah.
And I think that's the overcoming part of it. The overcoming part of it is having the community and the safe space to, not even community, but the individuals and the safe space to let go and to have a good cry. I was actually having a conversation with one of my guy friends the other day, and we were talking about like how men don't cry. And he was, I'm not going to say his business, but he was going through some stuff, and he was like, Anisa, like, I literally cried the other day so much, and I haven't cried like that in so long. And I just like, in that, even though it's not a moment for me to say, what happened, why'd you cry? I just kind of gave him a hug, and I was just like, it's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Even if I don't understand what's making you cry and what's wrong, and part of me wants to go fight whoever is making my friends upset, but it's okay. Like, here's a hug.
I think the key is, because we both deal with children also in different capacities. I think it's to teach kids to be okay with feeling, boys and girls. I sit my boys down sometimes, and I like bring out like rough and like difficult topics, and I'm just like, how do you feel? I need you to be angry. I need you to be like, I bring it out. And I don't know if some therapist is gonna come for me and be like, what you're doing is wrong, but
it's
because they have to deal with it. Yeah, men, women, all of us have to cry. Some of us are just like, I can't do with crying.
No,
I can't deal with someone that cries.
Yeah,
but why?
Yeah. And you know what? It's. I don't think it's a weakness if you're crying. Crying is just it's a physical release of whatever's going on inside. And not everybody's emotional. Remember we were talking about this. Our personalities, again, we're getting to know each other on the pod, but like in life anyways. And me and Manal have like really different ways that we express our emotions, which I think is so funny. Like Manal, what she feels, she's literally got her emotions on her sleeve. What she feels, you will see it, you will hear it, she will emote. And I love that. Whereas me, I could be sitting in front of you right now, life is good, whatever, you think everything's good, but I'm going through the worst. And then 6 months later, I'll talk about it. And she'll be like, what the hell? Like what? You know, like it's later. I'm the type that has to process things, cry in silence or in my own space, and then come back and talk about it. But either way, we have safe space where we can do that. And I think heartbreak in general is it's an everyday occurrence that's not spoken about a lot. And I don't know why. Because there's people that like have to live a full day to day with actual heartache. And it's like there's nowhere where they could talk about it. There's no one that can actually give them like advice. And I think I'm speaking from experience when I say that, my first heartbreak was my divorce, because that was the biggest thing. But I also have lost a parent. And I think there's heartbreak, there's grief, there's all of that. Me losing my father at, when he died 10 years ago, it was like a shock and love that had nowhere to go. Because I thought my dad, I don't know why, we feel like this with our parents, but I always thought that my dad would see his grandkids, well, mine, because my siblings have kids, but my kids, and like be able to have a relationship. I thought my dad would be able to come here. Like I had all these like hopes and goals and things, right? Hold my hand, baby girl, because it is a thing. Can we take a moment? I just want to give you a hug. I want to give you the biggest hug in the whole wide world. I love you so much. And we have the emotions, but they're so proud of us. And your makeup is amazing today. Just want to let you know. Your makeup is 10/10. So no, honestly, babe. We feel the things that we felt so deeply. We feel so deeply, because of life's challenges, right? And I always thought like my dad would be there and he'd be like, hey, I'm proud of you. So that was like in itself.
Yeah.
But that's an internal heartbreak, right?
Yeah.
That's someone died. You don't have control over someone that's died. What happened with my ex-husband was harder because it was grief, abandonment, and heartache with somebody who was still alive. And I didn't know what to do with that emotion.
It's the same feeling.
Yeah.
Different stories.
Yeah.
But the same feeling.
It's crazy, isn't it? It really is crazy. I'm not gonna cry because
no.
Because if I start, I can't stop. And so like
Anyway, so I think
Do you want a moment?
no, it's fine. I think this topic is definitely, we don't talk about it because everybody loves the version of you that's happiest all the time. I think people get uncomfortable with feelings, and people get uncomfortable with confrontation and confronting difficult scenario, having difficult conversations. And I think people are more comfortable when you're happy and cheery, and you don't cause any problems, and you're just like, come on, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It is.
It's a big deal.
It is a big deal. Even for you, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because if you were put in positions of someone that has experienced heartache, you would want someone to show up for you. And I don't know if this is the same feeling for you, because I want to ask you, did you feel that, because we both have lost our fathers, right? And we both got the divorce, but essentially got, like, it's abandoned. Yeah. Let's not call it another word. There's divorce, like mutual agreement, we don't agree, and we sign papers and then there's the abandoned. Yeah. But then being left alone, because the first man you trust is your father, and the second man you trust is your husband. And then the two people that you trust the most and you can comfortably lean against no longer are there and aren't there. That's a big thing. And then those people go into the world.
It's a lot.
And then we're happy and cheery. So I want to ask you, does it ever come out in different instances? Like, have you felt it? Have you felt that feeling, or is it just me?
Oh my God. So many times.
Or did you just come to realize it? Did you just do one-on-one now?
It happens so many times, but I remember I told you with my emotions, I'm very...
Yeah.
There's a time and place for it. Remember we were talking about it the other day, and I was telling Manal, like, if I'm upset, it's like I have this coping mechanism where I'm like, it's 2 p.m. It's not time to cry. I have to cry at night. Like, it'll be things where I'll just kind of like... But I will say, the situations that happened with, like, our fathers and, like, even my ex-husband, it's built like a different, like, emotional mechanism in me, which is why people think sometimes I'm a little cold and, like, so I compartmentalize stuff. The thing is, with my ex-husband, when he left, he walked out, and the divorce papers and everything was within a month, within a few weeks, actually. It didn't even take so long. But it took me 6 months to actually tell my family. No word of a lie. It took me 6 whole months to come to terms with it, to talk on it, and to make a plan. The reason why I think I needed to take that time was I just had so many questions. I had the question of, like, why wasn't I enough? I had the question of, like, am I not worthy to be loved? I had the question of, is this not worth trying to fix? I felt like when he came from my hand in marriage, he approached my dad, who was alive at the time, and my dad gave me away. And so within the time we were married, my dad died, and I was like, did you not respect my dad enough to keep the promise? Essentially, you made a promise to my dad, you know, like, you said to my dad that, like, I don't want to cry. I can't. It's 2 p.m.
Yeah,
You told my dad, don't worry, I got her. In a different country.
I will
I'll look after
protect her. Let's not tip it out around that way. I will protect her, look after her.
And you didn't. And it's like, those things I couldn't reconcile. And then on top of that, what do I tell my family? What do I go back and tell them? So, in that time, in these questions, it was me, myself. Not a single friend knew. Not work didn't know. Nobody knew. In that time, I really was just like, I need to give myself answers. Because he can't give me answers. He's gone. Like, he doesn't want to hear from me. And I need to give myself answers. So what I did and how I overcame this time and this phase of my life was I started to take some trips. So I would go to different countries. And I called myself, such a crazy thing because I have it in my notes on my phone, but I called myself a heartbroken warrior. The reason why was the biggest question I had is, when I am heartbroken, who do I run to? I didn't know who to go to. Not that I didn't have people, but who do I go to? I'm the one everyone comes to. And who do I go to when I'm heartbroken, you know? And so I just jumped on planes, and every single month, that was the thing that everybody was like, what's going on with her? I would literally just go to a different place. And what I did was, at every country I visited in that time, I left a piece of my heartache, even to the point where my wedding ring, I think it's in the ocean somewhere in Mauritius. Like, I just was like, I chucked it. I know I chucked it. Like, I literally was like, and every time I would come back, I felt like a little piece, because remember, I'm still living in the house we shared. So he was everywhere. And I remember one night, oh my God, I had the most craziest dream. Manal, I don't know if I've ever told you about this dream. I had a dream. I was in bed and I was fast asleep. And I had a dream that he came in, like I could hear the key of the door, I could hear the footsteps, I could hear him coming through like the hallway, whatever, to come into the bedroom. And instead of what he normally would do is get in the bed if he came home late, the dream was that he tapped me on the shoulder and he was like, why is my space taken? And who took my space? And I was like, oh, this space, I'm answering in the dream. I'm saying, oh, this space, it got replaced with something better. And then he walks back, goes to the door, opens the door, closes the door, and leaves. I woke up crying. But obviously, no one knows I'm divorced. So I can't tell this dream. Or he left, I can't tell this dream. So I sat on the dream for a long time. And then months later, I asked my mom about it. And she was like, that was, that your dua is coming back. Because I kept on praying and saying, like, what, like, should I fight for it? Should I not? Should I do this? Should I? And then it's like, like the answer was like, be still, something better is coming. Alhamdulillah, so much better has come.
Alhamdulillah.
So for me, just to sum it up, to overcome it, I had to sit through it and I had to feel it and I had to give pieces of it to different spaces, not people, because people weren't there. I went to different spaces. And that for me gave me the closure I needed. And that's why today I'm in a different space in life where if something does not go my way, I am at peace with something better coming, because it has come for me. But I'm also okay with not having to rely on anybody else to understand the emotion.
Right.
And so I gave it to everything
You're kind
else.
of practicing the let them theory. Like, let them deal with it and process it in the way that they want, and let me go through my feelings in the best way that I can, and then just leave it. I think I hear you, and I double it. Like I completely agree with everything that you said, and I think there's a part of us that's always healing and always like looking for that idea of like the protector, the loving, kind, compassionate. And so when you are single, you have your family and then you have your friends. And sometimes within friendships, we may not find all of those qualities or qualities. But what I would like to say is I want more of us to be more compassionate towards each other and to show up for each other in whichever shape and capacity, even when you feel like you can't, and even when you feel like you don't know how to, just ask, how can I be there for you? What's the best way?
Yeah.
But understand that your friend is healing, your friend is probably has gone through trauma. Know what phase of yourself and your life you're at, and know what phase or state your friends is at.
Is that as well, yeah.
And there are different times. Sometimes we're in a position of power, sometimes the other person is in a position of power, but where you can lift, where you can pull your friend out, where they can't pull you out, it's a balancing act.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The whole idea of I'm so busy, I can't, oh my God, I'm so sorry. We're all working towards less of that and more of being present in our friendships. But so this is a public service announcement.
I love that. I mean, if you are someone who's watching and is going through heartbreak at the moment, please know this is a phase of your life. It's an emotion that hurts. And I know why they call it heartbreak, because literally my heart actually hurts. Like I feel like this whole side of my body is like a sharp pain. And it's a pain I know way too well. And I think that sometimes when people feel it, they think it's got to be silenced. But take a deep breath. Literally take a deep breath. And just repeat to yourself, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. What? Yes. Can we go on to the dilemma?
Yes, please.
Because
sorry, guys, we don't mean to,
don't
but
say
we
sorry.
did. No,
Do
no,
not
sorry.
apologize.
I'm not sorry.
Take it back. This is us. We always talk like this.
We do.
They
we
just
talk
get to
like
see
this.
it now.
Yeah, but we did promise them that we were going to be absolutely transparent. So
Yeah, and I did say to my family, I'm not going to cry on the internet. But it is what it is at this point. They said, oh, my siblings, can I tell you what they said in the group chat? They said two things. They said, don't go on the Pop the Balloon show.
Don't go on the Pop the Balloon show. Ooh,
And they said, don't cry on the internet.
Oh.
So those are my two conditions.
Okay, so we're not going to do the Pop the Balloon or cry. Too late. Next time, siblings. Sorry.
Okay, I gotta tell you this dilemma.
Yalla.
Manal does not know about this dilemma.
I never do, to be fair. Only a couple of them.
You do.
Some.
But
I know.
this one for
this
sure she
one
doesn't,
is-
because it was crazy. This was actually sent in, Manal. Someone sent this in.
I saw this one.
So, hey y'all, I need help. I'm dating a guy who's married. Now, before you judge, I didn't know he was married when we first met. However, Manal, now that I know, it's kind of too late because I love him. He lives at home with his wife, but always makes time to see me every day. I know that it's wrong what I'm doing, but I just can't let him go. How do I make him leave his wife for me? XOXO.
Gossip girl here.
What would Hoy say?
Hoy would say, "Maha hoy kuwalay." Maha kuwalay. Why are you driving yourself crazy? And magaalada naman fi awa kabuhan. And the world and the country is full of good men. He's married already.
Why are you running after a man who's married? First of all, wouldn't Hoy start with the sound effects? First of all, my mom would be like, ha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kusu'ali. Selo qora.
Selo qora.
Selo qora is her go-to.
Yeah.
How do you write that? Which doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
So, ha. Kusu'ali. Selo qora. Ha. So, واحد ما أنت هير واحد قارتي. هرت شيطان كسكنار.
This is always Shaitan's
شيطان
say.
إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. هرت شيطان
Word
كسكنار. ما أنت
Satan
واحد
or
قارتي.
Shaitan.
هير واحد قارتي ما أنت إنا ناكتي سأقهرد إنا تككعسد. وترادد محربانا نكحض ننكا. That's crazy.
Sorry. I'm sorry, sis. We're not judging.
Okay, here's
for
my
sure.
thing. The judging, I wasn't judging.
We're not judging.
I tell you where I started judging. Can I tell you where I started judging? When she said, how? She fixed herself. How do I make him leave his wife for me? That's crazy.
You know what? Simple.
That's
let
crazy.
me tell you.
Please tell.
Quick
please.
fix. Put yourself in that woman's position.
She don't care about woman's position. What? Start again.
No. Imagine.
She don't care about woman's position. If she cares, she would have asked this question. Babe, start again.
This is true.
Oh
my God.
You're talking to a crazy person. She's not okay.
Maya, it's not okay. How do you make him leave his wife?
She didn't say, I want to talk about second wife. She didn't say any of that.
No, she said, I want him to leave his wife.
Yeah. So, babe, sis. We're talking to someone crazy.
No, I'm going to let you do this one because I can't do that one. I was going to say, but you're right. Leveling with someone that's common sense has left the room for is...
This dilemma was just
sorry.
for the plot twist because I don't have no reasonable answer for you to make a man leave his wife. Who do you think you are? Truly. Let's reset
This man is messaging you after he woke up from his marital bed. He's messaging you. You're nothing but a side distraction.
Look, we're Muslims.
Oh, sorry.
No, we're Muslims.
But side distraction.
It's a distraction. Look,
a man will want what he wants,
know.
and men sometimes can be greedy. They will want this and that.
Want their cake.
If they want cake and eat it too.
I say that all the time. I say it all the time. Say all the time. Men want their cake and want to eat it too.
Right?
Yeah. But here's my thing. Yeah, we're Muslim at the end of the day, and the girl who's sending it, I know is Muslim. my thing is this, that Allah didn't make divorce haram. He also has allowed men to have 4 wives, right? Adigo Muslim you're a Muslim and you know دين تستفي عن بطو قرنسا and you know إن إلهي كو أقلاده أفر قف إن أفر ناقود إنه ننك قادن كرو وواحد ربطا إن قادتid ناقتا as if only position كاس أدنى تقليسيد
boasting that came boasting
yeah
because إلهي وحودة هاي you can marry 1, 2, 3 and 4 if you will be just and fair but you will not, so don't. So either way, sis,
it's just
this is literally this is what it says.
You know what's funny? I was having a conversation the other day with somebody else who's like in a predicament of like dating, having a roster and dating multiple people. We're just having a conversation and I was just like, listen, she's like, let the best man win. That's her thing, right? Let the best man win, which I think is hilarious. But then she was like, listen, at the end of the day, know your place in someone's life. You have to know your place in someone's, whether it's a friendship, whether it's work, whether it's whatever. Know your place in someone's life. How are you, as a grown woman, okay with messing around with a married man, and then you have the audacity to fix your mouth and type a message and say, how do I make him leave his wife for me? Like, say he won't do the same to you tomorrow. Come on now. Be smart, sis. Be smart.
But she hit the nail on the head. Is that the term? That's what they say. Normally I say this is what they say, but I say nothing. But you hit the nail on the head. Tomorrow he's going to do the same thing to you, sahibe. So
that's all I say on that.
My friend...
It was a ridiculous
walk
question.
away, my friend.
It was a ridiculous question, and I know people are going to be like,
walk away,
look,
my friend.
Let me rephrase this, right? Let me add. I don't have a problem with people becoming 2nd, 3rd, 4th wives.
I have a problem.
I don't have a problem with it because at the end of the day, like, it's so within my family that because I've seen it happen in the right way. I don't have a problem with he's married, he has a wife. He wants to have another wife. He does it the right way. He provides for each one. He follows the conditions. I don't have a problem with any of that. And you come to me correct from the beginning. You come to me correct and you say to me, I want to marry somebody else. So you say whatever you say. I don't have an issue with that at all, right? Even if my husband, if my husband says to me tomorrow, we've got kids together, and he says to me, Anisa, I want to marry another wife. I want to have another wife. I have no issue with it. But let me tell you why I have no issue with it, right? No, let me tell you why I have no issue with it. Because at the end of the day, it's something that Allah made possible for them, right? If you are a man that is capable of maintaining the lifestyle we have built. And my lifestyle is not easy. I'm not a regular girl. So you can maintain my lifestyle and the life we have built together and our kids' lifestyle. And then on top of that, you can maintain somebody else's. Ahlan wa sahlan. I have no issue with it. My issue lies with when people lie and they side quests and do all the nonsense on the behind. And then you have women who have audacious behavior like this to say, how do I make him leave my wife? That's where I cut the line.
I cut the line there too. So sorry, sis, but what you're doing is wrong. Straight up. You have no business taking a man from his home. And you have no business even thinking that. This is absolutely unacceptable. We absolutely don't approve of that. This is not a judgment. It's just simply like fact. Someone is married and in a whatever kind of relationship, happy or not happy.
Yeah, whatever.
It's his business. He's still married under oath.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? He still goes home every day. She goes home every day. He's with his wife, but then he sees me every day. How do I make him leave his wife is where I draw the line to this dilemma.
We can't do this.
If it was a conversation of, we're talking about marriage, he wants me to be his 2nd wife. Babe, I got you. I can give you so much advice for that. How to make him leave, it's something else. So, yeah.
So,
on that note.
Do
we have any key takeaway from this episode?
But just the key takeaways. I feel like we said most of them. For me, I would just say, just to keep it short, I think it's something that you said to me earlier today. Feel the feels, be in the feeling, don't avoid it. It's okay. Your boundaries are not always delivered in the best ways. And sometimes they are loud and sometimes they are quiet. Sometimes they're silent. Sometimes you are ghosting, whatever that is. It's okay to set your boundaries. What's meant for you will not pass you. If that friendship is meant for you or that love is meant for you or that relationship is meant for you, it will come to you. Don't force anything.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I just think that heartbreak it's a phase, it's a feeling, it's not permanent. It's something that will come up here and there, and it's a feeling that you'll be able to like remember. It's kind of like if you broke your arm for the first time, or you were in an accident, and it's just that hit. But with time, you're able to heal. And subhanallah, I live by this. Whenever things is like low, and then rock bottom, and then rock bottom has a basement, I always find that the only way is up. And things always get better. So if you are watching this and you're going through a heartbreak, just look at us two as examples. We process emotions and we go through our own things, but we believe wholeheartedly that at the end of the day, you'll get through it and you're going to be okay.
And it's also, I wanted to also highlight, remember when we were first talking about like the podcast? It was one of the things. I think it was one of the things that we wanted to
talk about,
share. We wanted to be like, look, it can be possible. You can appear to be like this and go through pain and go heal and still experience heartache. We're not perfect. We're happy, but we're not always happy, but we're dealing with feelings. And that's why I love it. I feel like this is like a therapy session every time we do this.
Every single time. And I hope you guys feel that way as well. Like when you guys watch our episodes, that you feel a little bit,
We really appreciate you guys watching. If you're still supporting us and you're not fast forwarding the videos and you're constantly following the videos, we really appreciate it. We love that. We're great supporters. So all of our friends, anyone that's doing something, we support that. And we hope that we are also being supported in this venture of ours.
And on that note, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't know what you're doing. Get on it. Subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching.
And there is it.